Today morning, today morning we have not uploaded the recording as there is no electricity, nothing. So whenever it will come back, I will upload the recording in YouTube. Now, the concept of dot product we have learned in the previous class. Now, if the vectors are given in this way, that I cap minus of j cap minus of k cap, and here b vector, it is equals to I cap minus of j cap only. Okay, you have to find out the angle that is present between the two vectors. So here the question is find the angle, find the angle between the vectors. Okay, at first write down the question, then I will tell you how to solve this. This is a third type of problem that may arise for this dot product. Okay. Now whether the question is written everyone, just say whether the question is written or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
whenever you have to find out the angle between the two vectors, we'll use the formula that a vector dot of b vector, it is equals to a multiplied by of b and cos theta. I need that cos theta. So I need to find out the dot product at first. So let's find out the dot product. That is of a vector dot of b vector. It should be of I cap minus of j cap minus of k cap dot of b vector is I cap minus of j cap. In this case, there is one most important thing that in one vector k cap is present, but in another vector k cap is absent. So what to do here? I have to multiply the coefficient of I cap of one vector with the coefficient of I cap of another vector. So in this case, the coefficient of I cap here it is of 1, and in this case also it is also 1. So it will be 1 itself. Then coefficient of j cap multiplied by coefficient of j cap. It should be minus minus plus. Now what about the coefficient of k cap where it should be multiplied? Now if that situation arise that in one vector k cap is having some value but in another vector k cap is not present, then we don't have to multiply anything. We will not consider that. Okay, because the scalar product can only be found whenever the two similar vectors or two similar unit vectors are present there. Okay, so in this case it should be considered as 0 and we are getting the dot product as a 2. Okay, whether this thing is clear or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. Now we'll find out a and b. I need to find out the magnitude of a as well as the magnitude of b. So a vector is given as I cap minus of j cap minus of k cap. So modulus of a vector will be under root of coefficient of I cap is 1 its whole square plus coefficient of j cap is, what is the coefficient of j cap? Whether it should be 1 or minus 1. Now look at the vector A. Here it is given as I cap minus j cap minus k cap. I cap is alone That means it is having a coefficient of 1. So I have written 1 whole square plus. J cap is alone, but one minus sign is present. So obviously the coefficient of J cap will be minus 1 its whole square. Now the coefficient of K cap is, sorry, now just tell me. Ferin, Gagan, Purba, Prasangit, Priti, Ananya. What is the coefficient of K cap? Now look at the vector. We uh, we know that how to calculate the unit vector, right? Sorry, how to calculate the magnitude of a given vector quantity. So in this case, the magnitude of a vector, it is equals to under root of coefficient of I cap its whole square plus coefficient of j cap, which is minus 1 its whole square, plus of coefficient of k cap, it is minus 1 and its whole square. Then what I will get? Under root of 1 plus 1 plus 1. It will be under root of 3. Whether this thing is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, A vector, magnitude of A vector we have just found. And now the magnitude of B vector we have to find here. So B vector is given by I cap minus of J cap. So magnitude of B vector will be the modulus of B vector. It is equals to under root of coefficient of I cap, which is 1 and its whole square, plus the coefficient of J cap here. What is the coefficient of J cap?
-1.
Very good, minus 1. Its whole square. So what I will get? 1 plus 1, that is under root of 2.
+2.
So magnitude of B vector and magnitude of A vector we have obtained. Even we have found the dot product as well. The dot product is 2 here. Okay, now we are going to substitute all of the values in the given formula. What is the formula? That is of A vector dot B vector. It is equals to A into B multiplied by cos theta. Their dot product is 2. Magnitude of A vector is root 3. Magnitude of B vector is root 2. And here the cos theta. Right? Now with this root 2, I can cancel this 2 and I will get another root 2. Right? We know this thing very well because 2 divided by of root 2, then this 2 can be written as root 2 multiplied by root 2. It is divided by root 2, so finally I am getting root 2 here. We know this thing from our very childhood. So it is under root of 2 by 3, it is equals to cos theta. So we don't know any values for cos theta, which gives us root over of 2 by 3. So here if cos theta is equals to under root of 2 by 3, so theta will be equals to cos inverse of root 2 by 3. Okay, this is the value of the angle that has been asked. Whether this portion is clear, everyone just say now.
Sir, how did that 2 came?
Uh, that root 2.
Sir, 2.
2 is the dot product of
No,
two
sir.
vectors.
2, only 2 that.
Only 2, it is the dot product of two vectors.
Yes, sir.
That means A vector dot B vector, it is equals to 2. That value I have substituted. Magnitude of A vector, this is the magnitude of A vector and it is equals to root over of 3. Magnitude of B vector, it is of root over of 2. We have substituted all of the values. Now just write it down fast, fast.
Yes, sir. Sir, next page. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Girls, whether this part is clear, Kriti, Purva, Pejang, Ananya, just complete the writing, then tell me.
So it's clear.
Okay. Now, while the writing is completed, whether it is written as one.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we are proceeding for the next. If it is said that the two vectors are parallel, right? Suppose there is a vector x, that is x vector is given by 2 I cap plus of 4j cap. Okay, and suppose y vector is given as a 4 I cap plus of 6j cap. If I am saying that the two vectors are parallel, then what should be the angle between the two vectors? Whether we will just find out the angle, and that means the value of cos theta with the given procedure. That means we'll find out the dot product of two vectors, then the magnitude of x vector, magnitude of y vector. Then we'll substitute all the values in the given formula. If it is said in the question that if the two vectors are parallel, find out their angle present between them. Obviously, we'll not do that. If it is said that if x vector and y vector are parallel, okay, therefore we can say the angle between the two vectors is equals to 0 directly. Suppose if we consider two parallel lines, now for these parallel lines we can say there is no angle present between them, so obviously their inclination angle will be equals to 0. We don't have to calculate the
Sir.
dot product, the magnitude of each vector. We don't have to do that. It will reduce our time and we just get the answer like that. In the previous day, I told you that whenever the two vectors are having the dot product equals to 0, that means the vectors are perpendicular to each other. And now I am saying that if the two vectors are parallel, that means the angle between the two vectors will be 0. Okay. Now, now we are going to learn the cross product. Cross product is different. I hope in your class 10 there was a chapter, most probably, pair of linear equation in two variables in mathematics, right? Do you have that chapter? Pair
Yes.
of, okay, so here there was three methods to solve the two linear equations. First one was the substitution method, second the elimination method, and third is the cross multiplication method. And it was instructed by the teacher that you have to avoid the cross multiplication method because everyone does so many mistakes in that cross multiplication method. But now whenever we have to find out the cross product of two vectors, we have to go for this cross multiplication method. Like, suppose A vector is given by this line along the horizontal axis, A vector is working, and suppose initially B vector also was in this horizontal line, but after some time it has just rotated in this clockwise direction and it has made an angle with respect to A vector, that is of theta. So now we can say this is the B vector, right? So initially A vector was in the horizontal position, even the B vector also. That means both of the vectors were working along the horizontal axis, but after some time, B vector is displaced by an angle of theta. So in this case, we have to find out the cross product of two vectors. Okay. Now the cross product is given by the perpendicular component of that vector. Perpendicular component in this case for clockwise rotation, the perpendicular component will be given by this line and it will gives you A vector cross of B vector. This is actually the cross product. Okay. Now in this case, if I can say that here that the B vector is working with respect to the angle theta, right? Then what should be the value of this cross product? That means A vector cross of B vector, that we can say as A into B multiplied by of sine theta. Okay, because B vector is having a horizontal component as B cos theta and it is having a perpendicular component in this direction as a B sine theta. If I multiply the A vector, that means the magnitude of A vector with this perpendicular component, I am getting the cross product. So just remember this formula, A cross B equals to AB sine theta. Okay, this is the formula to find out the cross product. But in this case, for the unit vectors, the process to find out their cross product is different. Now suppose if I am saying that this is the coordinate axis, okay, the horizontal one is the x-axis, vertical one is y-axis, and this one is actually the z-axis. Along the horizontal axis, the unit vector which is working, that is I cap. Along the vertical axis, the unit vector is j cap, and along this one, the unit vector is k cap. Sorry, by mistake I have just written z. It should be of k cap. Now in this case, whenever you have to find out the cross product, suppose I am just rotating from I cap to j cap. In this case, we are just using our right hand. Okay. Whether you people are able to see my right hand here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now if I just
Yes, sir.
rotate from the horizontal position, if I just rotate my hand in anti-clockwise direction, okay. Suppose in this direction, if I rotate, that means I am just finding the cross product of I cap and j cap. So it will be like this one. Our thumb will show the direction of the product. Now my thumb is showing in the backward direction. If you guys are doing with me, then you can say that along the horizontal one, we are saying that along the horizontal line, the unit vector I cap is working, right? Now, if I just move my finger in this way, so that means I am just multiplying I cap and j cap. So the cross
J
product
cap.
will be the perpendicular of I cap and j cap. In this case, we are getting k cap here. So whenever you are finding the cross product of I cap and j cap, you are getting the k cap. Similarly, suppose this is your j cap, okay? And suppose you are just multiplying j cap and k cap. This is actually a 3D diagram. It is the 3D coordinate we have just represented. Okay. Suppose if you can see of any of the corner of your room, you can understand that which of the things I am just representing here. This is actually one of the corner of your room. Okay. Now suppose this is your j cap, and if I just curling my fingers like this. That means the j cap and k cap has multiplied and I am getting I cap here, right? In this way, whenever you will just curl your fingers, that means j and k both are multiplied and their product is I cap. So in this case, we can say that j cap cross of k cap, it is equals to I cap. Similarly, if this is my k cap and I'm just multiplying the I cap like this, so obviously I will get j cap. So that means the final expression, that k cap cross of I cap, it is equals to j cap. So initially the process was like this. We have inclined our hand with respect to the I cap, and now we have moved our fingers in this way. So that means I cap is multiplied with this j cap and I'm getting the k cap. Again, that means I'm just moving in this direction. Okay. Suppose I cap and j cap is multiplied and we are getting k cap. Then j cap and k cap is multiplied. We are getting I cap. Again, k cap and I cap is multiplied. We are getting j cap. Why that this process is clear?
Sir, clear.
Okay, that's good. Now in this case, the cross product, whenever you will just find out the cross product, after reversing the cross product, suppose if I find out I cap cross j cap, it is equals to k cap. But if I do j cap cross of I cap, it will be minus of k cap. That means if you reverse the multiplication, that means if you reverse the direction of your product, then the final answer will have an opposite sign of the previous one. Suppose here we are just moving in an anti-clockwise direction. So that's why I'm just getting these products. Now, if I rotate in clockwise direction, all of the answers will have the minus sign. So for the second product, that means k cap cross of j cap, it is equals to minus I cap. And for the last one, I cap cross of k cap, it is equals to minus j cap. This is the fundamental formula. Only we have to consider the perpendicular component whenever we are calculating the cross product. Suppose I'm just multiplying like this, I cap and j cap. So I'm considering the perpendicular component, that is k cap, which is working with respect to both of them, right? In that example that I have explained here, initially A was like this, and now B has rotated in this direction. So obviously I'm getting the cross product in the downward direction. Okay. So this is actually the basic fundamental thing of cross product. In the cross product, remember, we are only considering the perpendicular component. So that's why in the formula also, I have written A cross B equals to AB sine theta. Sine theta is the perpendicular component. Now, if I find out the cross product of two same vectors, like I cap cross of I cap, now you can say that there is no other unit vector which is working along I cap. Only we can think about the perpendicular component with both of the vectors. Now there is no perpendicular component with respect to I cap itself. So that's why I cross I equals to 0. J cross J, it is equals to 0. K cross K, it is also equals to 0. Why that this thing is clear? Just write it down, then see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, write it down. These are very important whenever the vector, the cross product will be calculated. Though the final thing still I have not told you. I will just going to show you how to find out the cross product.
Sir, done.
Okay. Next step. Now rest of the people. Purba, Priti, Gagan, and here is Sangnit, Ananya, sharing, Yangtian, whether all of you have written this, whether it is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's find out the cross product of the two vectors. Suppose I'm saying that A vector is given by 3 I cap plus of j cap minus of k cap, and suppose B vector is given by 5 I cap plus of 6 j cap minus of 7 k cap. Now the cross product should be found in this process, that A cross B, it is equals to one determinant we have to consider. Determinant means you will just learn it in your class 12 in the chapter of matrix. Okay. In this way, we are just finding out the product of two vectors. At first, I cap, j cap, and k cap should be written in this way. Then for the vector A, we should write down the coefficients of I cap, j cap, and k cap in the first row. So for the A vector, what is the coefficient of I cap? It is of 3. The coefficient of j cap is 1, and the coefficient of k cap is -1. Now, you guys tell me, in the case of B vector, what are the coefficients of I, j, and k? For the case of B vector, what are the coefficients of I cap, j cap, and k cap?
Sir, 5, 6, and 7.
5, 6, and -7.
Good.
-7.
5, 6, and -7. Now, again, you have to use your finger to hide one of the column. In this case, whenever we'll just calculate with respect to unit vector I cap. Suppose I'm calculating with respect to unit vector I cap. So I have to hide the column of I cap. Okay. In this case, we are just hiding the column I cap. So with your finger, you just hide the column, right? Then at first you have to do the cross multiplication from the left end towards the right end. That means 1 should be multiplied with this -7, like it is written as 1 should be multiplied with this -7. Then you should give a minus sign. Then you will multiply from the right end towards the left end. So at first, left to right, then right to left. Okay. So
Sir, we can do this also.
which one? No, no, no. The both of them will not be done here. Okay. We can only do this one. That means 1 should be multiplied with this -7, and -1 should be multiplied with this 6. Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
now we can say that -1 is multiplied with this 6. Now this is the process with respect to this I cap. That means we have cross multiplied, but the process of cross multiplication is left to right, then right to left. Okay, and we have hide the column of I cap here. Whether this process is clear for I cap?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now for J cap. For J cap, whenever you will consider, there should be a minus sign with this J cap. Otherwise, you have to reverse the process of multiplication. And I don't want that we should reverse the process of multiplication. So one minus should be included in this. Okay. Now, if I hide the column of a J cap, then I should cross multiply 3 and -7, right? So 3 should be multiplied with this -7. Then you should give a minus sign. Then 1 is multiplied with this 5. sorry, minus 1 is multiplied with this 5 for the case of j cap. Okay. Because with respect to j cap, whenever you are just calculating, the multiplication process should be reversed. But if you don't want to reverse the process of multiplication, if you want to remain it unchanged, so that's why you have to give a minus sign of j cap. After that, we have multiplied a 3 and minus 7 from left to right, right? Then we have implemented a minus sign, then right to left. Okay. Now for the case of k cap, it should be positive like the I cap. You don't have to do any extra thing. Now we are going to calculate for the case of I cap itself. Okay. Now for the case of I cap, we will hide the column of k cap itself. Now we will multiply 3 and 6. So 3 into 6 minus of 1 multiplied by 5. Okay. In this way, the total multiplication process should be done. Always from left to right, then from right to left. Don't worry, we'll just do another numerical problem. At first, calculate this one. So in the case of I cap, if I calculate, this is I cap multiplied by minus 7 minus minus plus 6, right? Now minus of j cap, it is of 3 into minus 7, that is minus 21. Minus minus, it should be of plus 5. Now for the case of k cap, it is 3 into 6, that is 18, minus 5 into 1, it is 5. Simple. Now what is the final answer? Minus 7 plus 6, it is of minus 1. That means it will consist minus of I cap. Now minus 21 plus 5, it is minus 16. This minus 16 and minus j cap, this is plus 16 j cap. And finally, I'm getting 13 k cap. Now just see, after writing it down, whether the process is clear. For I cap, you have to hide the column of I cap. For j cap, you have to hide the column of j cap and give a minus sign. For k cap, you have to hide the column of k cap again. I cap and k cap will remain positive. Only j cap should be negative. After writing it down, see that whether it is clear or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we are being called to maths class.
Okay, okay. Just wait, we have 4 minutes still
No.
from
Okay, sir.
9:45. No? I will
Not
leave you
that.
for 1 minute. Now, why did this total thing is written?
Yes, sir. Written.
Very good. Now we'll move for the next slide. Suppose I'm just giving you one more example, but with the fast. Okay, my speed will be better. Now suppose P vector is given as 2i cap plus of 3j cap plus of 4k cap. Okay, and Q vector will be 5i cap plus of 6j cap plus of 7k cap. Right? We have to find out the cross product. That means P cross Q. That's why we'll take the determinant I cap, j cap, k cap. Coefficient for the P vector, this is 2, 3, 4. For Q vector, it is 5, 6, 7. Up to that, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we
Yes,
should
sir.
hide the column. Just use your finger to hide the column of I cap and tell me I cap should be multiplied with this. Now I have hide the column of I cap.
3
3
into
into
7.
3 into 7.
7.
21 minus
21 minus
3 into 7 minus 4 into 6.
4 into 6.
4 into 6 is
4 6 are 12.
4, 6 are 12. 4, 6 are
Yeah, no, sir.
24. Okay, now I cap is done. Now for the case of j cap, we have to implement a minus sign. So minus of j cap. Now say hide the column of j cap. I have hide the column of j cap with my
2
finger
into
on the mouse.
7.
Yeah, 2 into
2 into
7
7
7.
are 14.
minus 5 fours are
20.
5 for the 20.
20. Very good. Now let me erase that arrow sign here. Now we'll go for the k cap as well. So plus of k cap, it should be multiplied with, I have hide the column of k cap. Now tell me,
2 into 6.
2 6 are 12 minus
2 6 are 12. 3 5 are 15.
3 5 are 15. So this is 21 minus 24. This is minus 3 I cap. 14 minus 20, this is minus 6 and by outside minus, that will be of plus 6 j
6
cap.
plus 6
12 minus 15, this is minus 3 k cap. Done.
minus 3 minus 3k. Okay.
Okay, just write it down and you can leave the class. Attendance is
So
taken.
that is not
Yes.
math class.
Oh, that is not math class.
Yes, sir. It is for enrollment, no, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now just write it down. I hope you have understood that how to find out the cross product. It's easy, na? Same like the cross
Yes.
multiplication process. Now just write it down, then I will give you some of the homework question and I will send you the slide.
So done.
Okay, that's very good. So everyone, thank you so much. Bye-bye. Stay safe. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye, sir.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye-bye everyone.